Oh man, it is hot. It is hot. And I'm on my way home from work, so I'm a little tired. So hopefully these thoughts are coherent. I'm going to go get my daughter, but I have about 15 minutes to get my point across. That is, unless my phone dies. I think it's okay, and I think it's normal to be dissatisfied and maybe unhappy whenever you cross that finish line. What do I mean by that? All right, you must be speaking nonsense, right? I think, and what I mean by that is like, there have been many times in my life when I get to the next stage or next phase of whatever it is that I'm doing, whatever it is, career-wise, life-wise, and it wasn't what I expected. And I think that happens for a lot of us, or at least I think it does. I don't think that's coincidence. I don't think it has to just do with the fact that I think I'm more dissatisfied by my own progress than other people are. I'm a very big critic of myself because I demand a high level of whatever it is that I might be doing. Not necessarily like, anyway, whatever. I'm very lucky, very blessed. I got my wife. I met the person who's now my wife in college. We have 2 kids. I'm married, 33 years old. I have a job that I feel like is relatively stable. So like, all of those things are great. I wouldn't trade my life away at all. But what I'm saying is, I think there's different things in our lives. Whenever we get to the finish line for whatever that might be, we're just like left wanting more, And I just don't think it's coincidence. But I think it's okay. I think it's okay to be dissatisfied. I think it's okay to not be content, because you're gonna use that as fuel to be better. At least I would hope. It's all about intent, though, right? I guess to give a little context, like, this is just very general, broad statements speaking, and a little bit from my own life as I got older. But like, growing up, you're always looking forward to maybe being part of the cool kids, right? Being older, because you look up to those kids. Whether or not you actually think that in the moment, you're looking up to somebody else who's older than you, and you're like, man, you're so cool. And then when you get to that point yourself, maybe you don't feel that way. Maybe you don't feel that way about yourself because you're the only person who cares as much about your own image. No one else cares as much as you do. That's a different video. So I don't want to get into that. But anyway, we get to these different moments in our life, right? Whether or not we're in high school, and then we're like, oh man, my life's terrible, but when I get to college, it'll be so much better. And then you get to college, and it's not really that great, but you finally get into a groove. You're kind of figuring out who you are. Or if you don't go to college, you can go straight into the workforce or whatever. You're trying to figure out how to make money. There's all these things that you maybe set for yourself as goals without realizing it, and then you get to those things, those landmarks, those things in your life where you feel like you should be and how you should feel when you're there, and then you don't feel that way, and then I think people get depressed and feel a certain way about it whenever they don't have the perspective of like, it's okay. It's okay. It is okay. Because I think about that for myself, right? I'm a very creative individual. It sounds weird, but I've always considered myself an artist, right? My job is very creative, very artistically leaning, I guess. I don't know. That's probably not even the right phrasing, but it's fine. A very creative job. That's what I meant to say. I'm a video photo guy for a school, and it's fun. And I'm working in the marketing department, and there's really cool things that I get to do all of the time. That's a green light. So I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed. But I think there's things that I don't keep in perspective. And the fact that I am blessed and I'm very lucky to be where I'm at in my life, but I still get caught up in like being sad that I'm not doing this or that, because I think what social media has programmed me, or us, I don't like to say me in that statement, but I'm going to say it, but like, it's programmed me to think that, that I need to compare myself to other people and where they are in their lives. And that's not fair. It's not fair to myself. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to anybody. It shouldn't be something that I do, but it's something that I find myself routinely stuck in doing. It's going to be loud. But I don't know why that is. I don't know why I get stuck. But I think it's okay to not feel satisfied. I think it's okay to not feel satisfied because that pushes you forward. You shouldn't be stuck on it. You should use it as a learning tool and a growth thing to continue to move forward. I made a video, probably 2 years ago now, or something like that, of why you don't have to have your life together. And I still firmly stand on that. Because, like, the idea that you need to have your life together at a certain age by a certain time period is nonsense. Because life's not linear. Progress isn't linear. It's something that, you're continually, it's like a circle, right? It's a circle, kind of. And it's like it's like a loopy thing. One thing feeds into another. It's all over the place. How you do something here kind of affects where this ends up being. And so, like, I don't know. Hopefully that was that made sense. Like I said, you don't have to have your life together. I'm 33. My life's better than most. Having perspective is important. And as long as you're growing, it's important. I didn't mean this to turn into like a self-help thing, but this is just things that I think of, things that are in my brain. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense to somebody, at least one person out there, for all the 18 people that watch this video. I appreciate you, and I guess I'll see you whenever I decide to record another video. All right, adios.